When you live long, there are things that you really happen to see that you'll never expect to see. Guys, can you believe it that Jesse Lingard has been offered to Barcelona? If you're to reflect on the quality that Barcelona have been playing with, Jesse Lingard is nowhere near that quality they're supposed to be playing at Barcelona. And this time around, they're having a story that a player that was snubbed by even Saudi pro teams, West Ham, and very many other teams, and Nottingham Forest, is offered to Barcelona during this January transfer window. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we are also going to talk about Nkunku situation worsens. Guys, it's really worsening, and Pochettino has been really in a somber mode when he was talking about this injury of Nkunku ahead of their game they're going to play against a side called Fulham. Arda Güler played his first game for Real Madrid, and obviously it was in Saudi Arabia, and went ahead to speak out onto his best performance, all first performance for Real Madrid, and how the injury went ahead to affect his growth or his would have been debut at the start of the season. Smash the like button, comment and share. For all you watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel. Welcome back for the mosques, the Muslims and the Christians. This is what we call the day where you guys are really warming up for Sunday, and we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And let's start it off from the journalist called Alfredo Martinez. He is really one of those that works on Nacional de Academia de Radio, and when you hear such language, it obviously shows that they're speaking Spanish or Portuguese, and they're confirming with us that Jesse Lingard has offered himself to Barcelona. So Jesse Lingard is one of those people that have gone ahead to suffer a lot. Ever since he left Man United, he has not been that kind of player, and Nottingham Forest have gone ahead to sign him. They signed him as a free agent, and he was earning £200,000 a week. After their survival, because of the injury proneness of Jesse Lingard, he was not offered an extension of a contract because they gave him a one-year contract, and I think all their aim was to see it that they obviously stay into the Premier League, something they went ahead to fulfill, and they really said, all right, leave us in peace, and he went. He trained with West Ham, and David Moyes never found him fit to play for West Ham again. He went and trained with Steven Gerrard's team down in he went and really trained with Steven Gerrard's team down in Saudi Arabia, but all in vain. He never really got a position on that side. Now this time around, he has offered himself to Barcelona because Barcelona are really are shite of players, right? They are shite of players, and he would like to obviously offer himself and be taken by that side. Now look at Barcelona. It's really very, 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 very bad for them, because if they can register Jesse Lingard as their player, even if it's going to be for only 6 months, it's going to be really alarming. It's going to be really alarming. It's one of those moments that will always be remembered, that a team called Barcelona went ahead to accept Jesse Lingard, but I don't see it as something they can accept. But one will tell you that if they went ahead and signed Romeo, why not sign in Jesse Lingard? Because they are really thin when it comes to their squad. Injuries are really becoming injuries. Pedri returned yesterday, I think, when they are beating Osasuna. Then Gavi is injured. So they're having some huge injuries that are really affecting their season, and maybe Jesse Lingard has thought that they can obviously take him on, something I don't believe that is really right. And I don't see Xavi going ahead to do such a deal and accept it to happen at Barcelona, but never say never during the transfer window, because as a fan who supports Man United, I never really thought that we can get in a striker like Weghorst, but from nowhere, Weghorst was given space to operate at the club of Man United. So it is really very, 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 very disheartening for Barcelona in the situation they are in, because the financial fair play rule does not allow them to obviously spend more than what they've gonna hit to earn. And this is gonna be the third consecutive year when this is happening, and they've gonna hit to lose very many players. So that is Jesse Lingard for you, and he has offered himself to Barcelona. I don't know what you guys think about it, but he has gone ahead to offer himself to Barcelona. And West Ham have come out and really expressed zero interest in resigning the 31-year-old midfielder Jesse Lingard, who is available on a free transfer. We all know that he's available on a free transfer, but no one is really willing to obviously get him on, especially in the Premier League. But I think if he has a very good agent, he can get a place in the Premier League. There are very many teams that are really looking for services of him. Teams like sorry about that. You can look at teams like Everton. I think Sean Dyche will need a player like Jesse Lingard. Burnley. I brought you a story of Datro Fafana. I think if Burnley can add Jesse Lingard into their squad, they can obviously save their season because of the experience that he brings in at the club of Burnley. The other side that I believe that really needs Jesse Lingard is Luton Town. He can really do a very good job that side, and even Burnley, Luton Town, and which other team really came? They came 3 teams: Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield. I think those 3 teams can really need the services of this guy. Everton, they can really need services of this guy. And wait and see what his agent is going to act like, because if his agent is smart enough, he can negotiate a deal that can see him really play football back into the Premier League. But Barcelona, I see it as something hard, but never say never. Maybe Xavi will say, all right, let me just get him in for some months and then see him off. Then Pochettino, ahead of the game of Fulham, has said, I'm a little bit worried about Christopher Nkunku. We don't know what's going to happen. Of course, I'm worried because still now it's 10 days. He cannot train. We are assessing him now. Nkunku came on with a fire, making his Premier League debut, and he really went ahead to obviously score. And that was really something important for Christopher Nkunku. And what is coming out from the physio room of Chelsea is really alarming. If the manager says that it's now 10 days he cannot train, that means there is a setback in the knee injury. He tried to cover up for him when he said it's not the same injury. You get? But it looks like this injury is really very recurring. And remember, he missed out on the World Cup because of any injury. That is it. Even at his return, I think he got any injury. In 2022, right, Chelsea went ahead to sign him around September, but he could join them in the summer of 2023. That's what Chelsea did. So, after they signed him, he got any injury that kept him out for 6 months. He went ahead even to miss out on the World Cup, and after missing out on the World Cup, he returned around March. He played very well and came in at Chelsea. Towards the end of the preseason, he got a setback, in his knee. You get? Returning in December last year, played like three games for Chelsea, and is back. Very, 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 very unwelcoming atmosphere for him because of the injuries, and it's really worsening. And to me, I think it's the knee injury, and we know to it that a knee injury has always been a very bad one to have. If I told you a player, especially as far as setbacks are really concerned, I can really give you a very huge reflection to Gabriel Jesus at Arsenal. Ever since he returned from injury this season, he has seen himself be out, I think, for 3 times in a row because of any injury, So it's not easy to overcome that injury, and it doesn't really recover quickly as people think. There are a little bit of setbacks until the knee really gets back to its best position, and that's what Chelsea are really facing. And they're going to miss him out because he showed us that he's a different caliber of striker altogether each and every time he's playing for Chelsea. But the beauty is they're having Ahmad Broja. Ahmad Broja can obviously lead that line for now because Nicholas Jackson is going to play for his team. I think it's for Senegal, you get? And Nkunku is really injured. So I think Nicholas Broja has a chance to obviously launch himself into the mix and really show everyone that he's really ready. After scoring against Preston North End in the FA Cup, he missed out on chances when they are playing Middlesbrough, and here they come to play in the Premier League tomorrow, but chances will be created and he needs to obviously seize that moment for himself. Now let's go to Arda Güler. Arda Güler, I think he's an 18-year-old Turkish international, and they bought him from Fenerbahce. He has said, I was injured for 5 or 6 months. I recovered from my injury and the coach immediately put me in the squad and let me play. He constantly shows and tells me his confidence in me. Hopefully, if I continue like this, everything will get better. Arda Güler went ahead to play his first game. I think they knocked out Atletico Madrid. That game ended 5-3, in favor of Real Madrid. And Arda Güler went ahead to get in his first minutes as a Galactico at Real Madrid. And he has gone ahead to put in a very huge effort. And everyone really loves the player. Young, one of those players from Turkey that is being referred to as the next Lionel Messi. And remember, he had agreed to join Barcelona, but Barcelona told him, we can only sign you in the summer. So we can only let you come to Barcelona in the summer, but we can obviously sign you now. Real Madrid came in through and they told him that for us, we are taking you to Real Madrid now and you're going to be a Galactico. Guess who got a phone call and really called the blood or the teenager? It was Luka Modric. Modric told him, I'm going to retire next summer or this summer, and when I retire, shirt number 10 is going to be your shirt number. Arda Güler said, this is the biggest opportunity I'm going to hate to see. I'm gonna really go by the words of this guy, and he came in through and really joined Real Madrid. He was linked to very many teams, but he finally picked out Real Madrid. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about Lingard offering himself to Barcelona. I welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Arda Güler statements after playing his first Real Madrid game that saw them get into the final to face Barcelona on Sunday? And lastly, what are your thoughts when it comes to Nkunku? His injury situation is worsening and he has gone ahead to experience a very huge setback. That is it. So Rokani David is my name. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. I sign out for now. See you later.